Good morning, students. Welcome to English class. How are you all today? I hope you are all safe and happy. Now, if you are feeling a little down today, do not worry, children, because the story that we are going to learn today will definitely lighten up your mood. Okay? Right. Today's lesson is about a fir tree. So, what is it about, children? It is about a fir tree. F-I-R tree. T-R-E-E. Have you heard about this tree, children? Probably not. Now, this is not your fault. The reason why we do not know much about fir trees is because these trees do not grow in our region or area. They grow in cold, hilly areas, okay, where the snow falls, right? There are many trees that fall under the family of fir trees. The most important one is pine trees. This you must have heard of, right? The cones of pine tree are used to decorate houses, isn't it? Yes. Now, children, there are two important things which you need to know about fir trees. Okay? The first important point is or thing is fir trees do not have flat leaves like ordinary plants. Most ordinary plants have flat leaves. Like this. But fir trees do not have flat leaves. They have thin needle-like leaves. Each of this is a leaf. Okay? Now the second important point is fir trees are very strong. They can withstand any bad weather, even the harshest winter. So even during snowfall, they do not shed their leaves. They remain green forever. That is the reason why they are called as evergreen plants. And this is probably one of the reasons why this tree is taken as Christmas tree. And of course, its conical shape is also one of the reasons. Okay? Now let's get back to our today's lesson, children. The title of our today's lesson is The Little Fir Tree. Now here, what is the meaning of the word little? The word little means small. Here is something interesting you can do, children. To draw a fir tree. Now how do we do it? It's simple. You go for a cone. Now comes the trunk of the tree. And our tree is done. Now children, please watch the video carefully in order to understand the story. Okay? Right. Good morning, children. Today, let's learn a new lesson from Unit 2. And the title of the lesson is The Little Fir Tree. So let's get started. Children, I hope you'll enjoy the story. One day, Shetty the magician was returning home.
when all of a sudden it began to rain heavily. Shetty looked around for a shelter and saw a pretty little fir tree. He ran towards it as fast as he could. Soon the rain stopped. Shetty was happy that he did not get wet. He wanted to express his gratitude, so he said to the fir tree, "Dear tree, thank you. You have been kind to me. I would like to reward you. Ask for 4 wishes and I will grant them," said the magician to the fir tree. The sad fir tree had leaves like needles, and no birds ever made their nests on it. So it replied, "I wish I had green leaves like my other friends." Next morning, its wish was granted, and the fir tree was very happy, for it had leaves just like the other trees. Soon a goat came along. And ate all the green leaves. Now the fir tree felt very bad, and in a sad voice it said to itself, "Oh dear, I wish I had gold leaves, as goats do not eat gold leaves." When the fir tree woke up the next morning, it was surprised to see gold leaves. It said to itself, "How happy I am today!" But this happiness of the fir tree was short-lived. Soon a man came along and stole the gold leaves, leaving the fir tree unhappy. Out of sadness it said, "I wish I had glass leaves instead. Men do not steal glass leaves." The little fir tree's third wish had come true. The next day, its glass leaves shone in the bright sun. In utmost happiness, she said, "How happy I am now, as I have got glass leaves. Goats will not eat my leaves, nor will men try to steal them," thought the little fir tree. At night the wind blew. The next morning, all the glass leaves of the fir tree had fallen down, broken and scattered everywhere. The fir tree was saddened at the sight of its broken leaves. It said, "Oh dear, I like my old needle-like leaves best, for goats do not eat them, no man can steal them, and the wind will do them no harm." All day long the tree remained sad. Soon it was night, and the tree went to sleep. Surprisingly, when the tree woke up the next day, it had all its needles back again. The tree said, "Oh, I never was so happy." Thus the fourth wish granted by the magician had come true, and the fir tree never ever wished to become anything else. It remained happy and thankful to God forever. The moral of the story is, be happy with what God has given you, for there are others with much less. Children, let's now try to understand the new words of the lesson, the Little Fir Tree. The first new word that we have here is magician. And who is a magician, children? A magician is a person who has magical powers. On this screen, you will find the picture of the magician named Shetty from the lesson, the Little Fir Tree. The usage of the word is, in the lesson, the Little Fir Tree, there is a magician by name Shetty. Let's check out our next new word, children, which is pretty. And the word pretty means beautiful. The tulip flowers that are shown here look pretty or beautiful. Don't you agree, children? Yes, of course. So the usage of the word is, these tulips are pretty. Our third new word is needle. And what does the word needle refer to, children? It refers to a thin piece of steel used for sewing clothes. In this short video, you will find a mouse sewing a cloth. Sewing or stitching clothes is a regular sight at most of our houses, isn't it? So here we can frame the sentence. I used a needle to sew my torn shirt. Moving on to our next new word, which is leaves. The word leaves is plural. That means there are many leaves, not a single one. The singular form of the word leaves is leaf. It means there is only one leaf. So how to define the word leaves, children? The word leaves refers to the flat, usually green part of a plant. Now how to use this in a sentence, children? Leaves help the plant in making food. In the lesson, The Little Fir Tree, we learned that the leaves of the fir tree are not flat. They are green but needle-like. Our next new word is gold. Now, this is not a new word for us at all. In India, we are fond of wearing jewelry made of gold. So, how to define the word, children? The word gold refers to a yellow metal used to make jewelry, and we know that it's very expensive. The usage of the word is I gifted gold earrings to my sister. Moving on to our fifth and the last word, stole. The word stole is the past tense form of the word steal. The word steal means to take another person's things without permission. Now, as the word stole is given here, which is the past tense form of the word steal, it can be defined as to have taken another person's things without permission. Now, tell me, children, is it a good habit to steal things from others? Not at all. We must never take things from other people without taking their permission. This is a bad habit. Okay, children? In this short video, you will see a girl stealing a puppy which belongs to another lady. So, isn't stealing a bad habit, children? Yes, of course. Using the word stole, we can frame the sentence, my friend stole my eraser. So, these were the new words from the lesson, The Little Fir Tree, children. Now, I hope you understood the new words, their meanings, and the ways to use these new words in sentences. Children, let's now discuss the comprehension questions from the lesson. Please move on to page number 27 of your Marigold English textbook. Here, the first question for you is tick the correct answer. So let me read out the first question to you. To answer correctly, you will have to listen carefully, children. The first question is, the pretty little fir tree was happy with gold leaves, but a goat came along and ate them. All the leaves got wet in rain. A man stole them. So which is the correct answer here, children? Wonderful. It is a man stole them. So please put a tick mark in the box against a man stole them. Our second question is, the fir tree was sad because it had yellow leaves, because it had needle-like leaves, because it was very short. Now quickly find out the correct answer here, children. Very good. The correct answer is because it had needle-like leaves. So children, please put a tick mark against the answer because it had needle-like leaves. The third comprehension question for you is, the fir tree was not happy with the gold leaves. The options that are given for you are because the goats came and ate them up, a man stole them, the gold leaves broke. Here, as you have guessed correctly, children, the answer is a man stole them. So the fir tree was not happy with the gold leaves because a man had stolen them. So this was the last comprehension exercise. Children, let's now read the lesson, The Little Fir Tree. Please open page number 24 in your Marigold English Reader. Okay? Now, as I read, I want you to pay full attention to me, children. Look into the book and try to read in your mind along with me. Clear? Right. The title of the story is The Little Fir Tree. By now, we all know that a fir is a tree which grows in cold regions and it has needle-like leaves. Look into your textbook, children. Shetty the magician was returning home when all of a sudden it began to rain. It rained heavily. Shetty looked around for shelter and saw a pretty little fir tree. He ran towards it as fast as he could. In the first paragraph, it is said that Shetty the magician was returning home. Now, from where he was returning, we do not know. What is the meaning of the word returning? The word returning means going back. So Shetty the magician was going back to his home. And we have learned that a magician is a person who has magical powers. So he was returning home and then suddenly something happens. It began to rain. Children, here the phrase all of a sudden means quickly or unexpectedly. So it is said that when Shetty the magician was returning home, unexpectedly it started raining. And what sort of a rain it was? It was a heavy rain. The word heavily means in large or great amount. So it was a heavy rain. Shetty the magician did not want to get wet. So he looked for a shelter. What is the meaning of the word shelter, children? Here, the word shelter means a place that gives protection from bad weather for some time. So he looked for some place to escape from the rain. And what did he find? He saw a little fir tree and he took shelter under the fir tree. Okay? Soon the rain stopped. Shetty was happy that he did not get wet. Thank you. You have been kind to me. I would like to reward you. Ask for 4 wishes and I will grant them, said the magician. So just as the rain had started suddenly, the rain also stopped suddenly and Shetty was very happy. Why was the magician happy, children? He was happy because he did not get wet at all. He was protected from the rain by the fir tree. As the fir tree had protected him from the rain, he wanted to thank it. He expresses his gratitude to the tree by saying thank you for being kind to him and protecting him from the rain. In return for the fir tree's help, the magician wanted to give him some reward. Here, the word reward means a thing or a gift given in recognition of a service or some help. And what reward did the magician give to the tree? He granted the tree 4 wishes. So whatever 4 wishes or desires the tree wishes to have, those will all come true. Okay? Here you will have to know the meaning of the word wishes. The word wishes means a strong desire, and the word grant means agree to give or allow. Here the magician had agreed to grant 4 wishes of the fir tree come to reality. Okay? Children, we are now in page 25. The sad fir tree had leaves like needles, and no birds ever made their nests on it. So it said, I wish I had green leaves like my other friends. When the magician asked the fir tree as to what desire or wish it had, the fir tree sadly replied that she was not happy with her needle-like leaves. She wanted leaves just like her other friends. Let's now read the next paragraph, children. Next morning, its wish was granted. Soon a goat came along and ate all the green leaves. Oh dear, said the fir tree, I wish I had gold leaves, as goats do not eat gold leaves. Here it is said that the next morning the wish of the fir tree had come true, and it was no longer having needle-like leaves. So the fir tree was very happy. But soon a goat came there and ate all of its leaves. This made the tree very sad, so it wished to have golden leaves, for goats can never eat golden leaves, isn't it? Yes. When the little fir tree woke up the next morning, it was surprised to see gold leaves. How happy I am, it said. A man came along and stole the gold leaves. As granted by the magician, the second wish of the fir tree had come true. The next morning, all of its green leaves had turned to golden leaves, and the tree was very happy. But soon a man came along and stole the gold leaves. Will this leave the tree happy, children? Not at all. This tree was very upset. Here, you must know the meaning of the word surprised. Surprise means to show sudden feeling of surprise. In this paragraph, who was surprised, children? Very good. It was the fir tree who was surprised to see its golden leaves. Right? Yes. Let's move on to the next paragraph now. I wish I had glass leaves instead. Men do not steal glass leaves. The next day, its glass leaves shone in the bright sun. How happy I am, it said. At night, the wind blew. Ooh! All the glass leaves broke. After the man had stolen its gold leaves, the fir tree was very unhappy. It wished to have glass leaves so that no man would ever steal it. But what happens the next day? Its third wish also comes true. The next day, instead of golden leaves, the tree has got glass leaves, and the tree is happy again. But its happiness lasted only for a day. By night, there was strong wind, and all the leaves of the little fir tree were broken. Move on to page 26, children. Oh dear, said the fir tree, I like my old needle-like leaves best, for goats do not eat them. No man can steal them. The wind will do them no harm. So finally, the fir tree comes to the conclusion that it is best to have needle-like leaves. While it was having soft leaves, goats came and ate it. And when it had golden leaves, it was stolen by men. And while it had glass leaves, it was broken by the wind. The tree now realizes that it is best to have its old needle-like leaves because goats will not eat it, nor man would ever try to steal it, or wind could do any damage to it. In this paragraph, we have a new word, which is steal. The word steal means to take another person's things without permission. In the last sentence, the wind will do them no harm. The expression will do them no harm means the wind cannot do any physical harm or injury to the fir tree if it has needle-like leaves. The tree went to sleep. When it woke up the next morning, it had all its needles back again. Oh, I never was so happy, said the little fir tree. So the fourth wish of the fir tree also had come true. The next morning, as it had wished, the fir tree got back its needle-like leaves and it never felt so happy. Here ends our story, children. Now what I want you to do is read this lesson twice or thrice or until you are able to read it fluently. Okay? And after you are able to read the lesson properly, please pick any paragraph, record your reading and post it to my personal WhatsApp number. Okay? So bye-bye, children, and have a wonderful day.